What's good? All right, welcome to OG Boxing Talk. All right, getting this rolling a little slow. Oh, shit, I got these two monitors up. Forgive me. What's good, everybody? Skip this ad, put this here. All right, early morning, early morning. Waiting for my partners to show up to OG Boxing Talk. Man, Tyson Fury. That was a bum bash. No doubt about it. Melvin Wright, what's good, man? Blackham TV, what's good? Bronculus, what's happening? Blackham TV, what's going on, man? Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning to you. Pedro Sanchez, what's good, man? Byron Shamos, yes. I mean, come on, man. That's exactly what it was. And ESPN just laying it on so thick, man. So thick. D-Style got that, and that's what's up. F that fraud, Fury facing bums. I mean, Fury's not. I don't think Fury's a fraud, man. Fury can fight. I don't want to go too far with it. I mean, just because he's scatterbrained, doesn't mean that he can't fight. And that's just because Tom Schwartz is a bum. Don't matter, he ain't a bum. He said, "Oh, Anthony Shane, what's going?" He said, "Yeah, you watched that hype train last night." Oh, it was that was one of the best hype jobs I've seen. Assalamu alaikum to you. Alaikum salam to you, John Wilson. Taurus Haney Stanley said, "How they chasing Wilder, but they ducked the rematch." Exactly, dude. Oh man, dude. Oh, Fury's now 5% back. The truth, what's going on, man? Oh yeah, Fury said he's coming for that green belt sometime next year. Yeah, sometime next year. He's coming for the diamond belt, dude. Hey, you can't. Ain't nobody gonna forget the fact that Tyson Fury did not take the Deontay Wilder rematch. Okay, you can't talk your way into. Just skip over that. But that's ESPN's doing their job. I mean, I said yesterday in my play-by-play, I said Schwartz was out of sorts. That shit's funny. Yeah, he was out of shorts. He's out of chin, dog. That dude, come on, man. You know what that got me in the morning? What's going on, Stormy B, man? Happy Father's Day to you. Marlon So Icy Sims. Yeah, man, he's a joke. But you know the thing that gets me? And I actually got my invitations out this morning. I think I sent my invitation out this morning, man. And the blood can't come on this morning. I sent one out to Curtis Anderson. I sent one out to Scrapbook Boxing, and oh, I did not intend to call him. I know he didn't call me. How did this? Oops. Yeah, I didn't intend that. Hey, good morning, man. Happy Father's Day to you. The Fight Fan LC said ESPN commentary was ridiculous. Showtime needs to take notes. They actually have the best heavyweight and half their team trashes them. Yeah, I'm there. I said that in the video that I just put up this morning. Oh no, they could not stop with the bullshit. Here's the biggest part of this crap that kills me, man. And I finally found the source to this. Because I don't believe Tyson Fury is the lineal champion. And I struggle so much with the logic that he's the lineal champion. It's just the logic makes no sense to me. But then I saw something. And look, I'm going to screen share with you guys. I don't know where these dudes are. It's Friday, man. Cats might be just out of Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everybody. But we grind over here. We grind over here. Happy Father's Day to everybody, man. I can't get nobody out on the show because it's OG Father's Day. But my dad lives in a different state, so it's all I can really do. They took the spin machine from her and they're using it on Fury now, no doubt about it. Let me show you something, man, about this lineal championship. I did some. This is Tyson Fury, lineal champion, boxing. All right. Oh, hold on. You know what? Here you go. This is where it's Vladimir Klitschko versus Ruslan Shagayev. You guys remember Ruslan Shagayev? Ruslan Shagayev was a former champion back in the 19 like in 2008, right? Or what was it? When did this shit happen? 2009. This is when they claimed that the Ring magazine, this is when they claimed that what's his name? That Vladimir Klitschko became the lineal champion. Hey, this guy JL, leave me alone with these fucking buzzwords. Why do people want to talk to me about crap? I don't care, man. You're gonna make me say something I don't want to say, dude. They're buzzwords, man. They're buzzwords. Dude, just give me your idea, man. Sorry, man. Ugh, sorry. Anyway, yeah, man. Let me get back to the chat. For now, you think Wilder would beat Klitschko in 2015? Yeah, I think he beat him in 15. Man, here's the thing, man. Deontay Wilder's going to beat anybody he lays his glove on. Yeah, I think he has a very good chance of beating him in 2015. But the issue is not this. This is the issue. Oh, I didn't hear that. Look, here's the issue. Vladimir Klitschko and Vitaly Klitschko were the two best heavyweights. The last lineal champion that people are not arguing about, because he was a unified, he had all the belts at a point, was Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis retired. So the question is, who became the lineal champion after Lennox Lewis? The way that the lineal championship passed to Vladimir Klitschko was because Ring Magazine decided that Ruslan Shagayev was their number 2 guy. Ring Magazine, which at the time was owned by Oscar De La Hoya, and let me make sure, when did Doug Fisher become the editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine? I do believe that was back in like 2000. It was before this. Can't remember when he went. I'm not going to look that shit up. When I do my video about it, I'll do it. But here's the fact. The Black Bear, everybody got opinions. But yours is crazy if you think that's the truth. But here's the thing, man. Yeah, if they was busted for corruption, that's what caused the rise of sanctioning bodies, because newspapers didn't know who to trust. Look, man, the Ring Magazine put Ruslan Shagayev as their number 2 heavyweight. And when Vladimir Klitschko beat Ruslan Shagayev, he owned the ring belt. And people confuse the ring belt for the lineal championship, which is not the same thing. He was the ring champion. That's it. There's just no reason for that, man. You can't get acclimated to another country in one fight. It takes time. Black Bear, stop making excuses for Anthony Joshua. He got knocked out. Okay? Other people go over to the UK and knock out people easy. No problem. Errol Spence Jr. went over to the UK and only fought there one time, beat Kell Brook. He seemed like he got acclimated just fine. Okay? Just stop, man. Your boy lost, dude. It's just live with it. He lost. It's okay. He lost. There's a whole bunch of people that did it. Terrence Crawford went over and fought Ricky Burns, beat Ricky Burns, hadn't fought in the UK before he beat Ricky Burns. AJ just lost to a better fighter, man. That's all it is. Wilder knocked out Audley Harrison. Wilder already fought in the UK. Yeah, man, they're just bugging, man. Your boy lost, okay? Your boy lost. And you don't want to suck it up that your boy lost. If Wilder fights in UK, he ain't going to develop the confidence. He's going to be nervous and unstable. Dude, Black Bear, yeah, man. Look, this is a boxing channel for boxing fans that know something about boxing. If you actually knew what you were talking about, you would know that Deontay Wilder already fought Audley Harrison in the UK. And he did just fine. Deontay Wilder already fought in the UK. Guess where else he fought? He fought in Mexico. Okay? He fought in Mexico. He fought in the UK. He fought in the United States. And by the way, the United States is so big that many of these states are as big as European countries. So, fighting, if you were in Europe, Alabama would be several countries away. Several countries away from California. Okay? It's further. California and Alabama are further away than Germany and Great Britain. You just out there don't know what you're talking about, man. Hagler came to the UK and beat Mentors. Man, they whoop these cats all the time, man. AJ isn't that good. He just tried to look good, but has no defensive skills. I mean, look, man, if these guys at the real top level of the sport, I'm not gonna say these guys can't fight. I'm not gonna to this morning, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll join in the hyperbole, but I'm not gonna do that today. Deontay Wilder is a very, very good fighter. Anthony Joshua is a very good fighter. Andy Ruiz is a very good fighter. Tyson Fury is a very good fighter. Okay, the problem with Anthony Joshua came because people who are Anthony Joshua fans wanted to insist that Deontay Wilder is not a good fighter. And it's just foolishness. It's foolishness. But right about now, I don't really feel I really don't feel like, acting as if I don't know these guys are good fighters. They're good fighters. Almighty Law said, happy Father's Day, Fanon. Happy Father's Day to the brothers that are fathers. Yeah, man, happy Father's Day to everybody out there, man. They enjoying their holiday. That's what's up. It's all good. It's all good, man. I don't know what my wife and them got planned for me on this fine day. Nephew Charming Chucky, that boy Fury came to Vegas and pulled all stops to try to be the A side. These fools wouldn't keep Wilder's name out of their mouth. This was a built-up fight for sure. ESPN did their part, though. Yeah, man, but they're not built. I don't think they're building up the fight. They're building up ESPN. And they're trying to just claim that this dude, God, dog, these corny tactics. Ain't no way Tyson Fury got $12 million for that fight. Ain't no way he got $12 million for that fight. They just, God, dog, man, have some shame with your storytelling, okay? First of all, I do believe it's possible for somebody that's their own promoter to make more money than is listed on their purse. But when you have a promoter, to say for Dan Rayfield to say this guy has $1 million in his purse to Las Vegas, to the Nevada State Athletic Commission, but yet pull in $12 million because of his contract, man, Dan Rayfield, stop lying. Oh, reports say D-Style Boxing in the building. Much love in the Super Bowl. Thank you. Fury would beat AJ. He would win by decision. He would tire AJ down. He just outboxing, man. The L fighter, Lineal is not an actual championship. He didn't defend anything last night. Of course not. Of course he didn't defend anything. And here's the thing. He said it's a title. Look, man, I don't want to parse words, but the dude's not the Lineal. Okay? I don't even want to hear it. What's going on, Rocco Marcial? What's going on? Said from LA to Birmingham is 2,000 miles, from London to St. Petersburg Russia is 1.6 thousand miles. Fanon made his point clear, but I figured an example would really help the Euros understand. Thank you. Yeah, it's like, man, it's just way far apart, man. Yeah, they really went overboard, but they need to stop. I wish people would stop calling that dude the lineal champ because Klitschko was the ring champion. That's what he was. He was the ring champion. That's what he was. And Ring wanted to strip Tyson Fury. Ring stripped Tyson Fury of that ring title after he came out of retirement or after he came out of sniffing coke, whatever he was doing. That's what he is. And then they were going, this Big Davison has 2 world champions. No, he does not have 2 world champions. He has 1, and both of them got convicted for doping. Both of them. Oh, man, it's crazy. You know what? I'm going to try to send these links out again, man, because I find that odd, man, that I'm going to send this something out again, man. Because I got a call from hold on one second. I wonder what happened to boy, just let me high and dry. But it is what it is. Fury beat Wilder. No, he didn't. Fanon, it sends it from your email, not on Hangouts pop-up. Yeah, it does. I send my links all the time. Oh, it hasn't been working? Send it from your email? Okay. Because they know they're shutting that down, right? You know they're shutting that down, right? Oh, Curtis Sanders said he didn't get the link. Okay, let me send it from the email. Thank you. Because that's just like highly unusual, and nobody would get them. Let me see. How do I don't want to do that. Okay, I got the link. All right, thanks, man. I'll send it from my email. Thank you very much. Because I'm like, that shit doesn't make any sense. That nobody would get it. Yeah, they're getting rid of Google Hangouts, which is going to screw things up. Because how are you going to do links? He ain't gonna know what to do if you can't send links. I don't even know if the YouTube thing has the ability to do links. Let me see, Curtis. Yes, okay, Curtis, that's you. That's him. Okay, scrap book. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to make sure I get these. Actually, hey, man. How do I not have Scrapbook's thing in here? Okay.
What's up, Fanon?
All right. I just sent the email to you, Curtis. And then if you could forward that to Scrapbook. I called him this morning. I was running behind. I forgot to call him yesterday. I called him this morning. He probably didn't. Oh, there KQKC is. What's going on, KQKC?
Not much, brother. I didn't get your call.
I can't hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can now because I took my thing off.
Okay.
A mute. Yeah. All right.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I can hear you though.
Okay, good.
No, I can hear you playing me.
No, you can't.
You sure?
Yeah, that's not me.
Oh, I know what that is. No, that's my video. What? Okay, there you go. Got it. Thanks.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Right. Hey, so tell me, I'm happy you came. I was like, man, I'm a man not showing up. They didn't get the link.
No, I didn't get it. So, but I looked and I said, oh, he on. I said, wait a minute, let me see. I got the link. And then
I usually send them from the Hangout, man. I didn't.
Right.
I don't know what was going on, man. But let me say what's up to a couple more people's. Hey, D-Style said, hopefully you can hear them. If you can't hear them, you gotta exit Hangout quick, then come back, and then you'll hear them. Cool. Hey, man, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. Yep, that's what I do. Mm-hmm.
What do you say?
I'm sorry. I just saying that what I do when I be on my live and my mic go out. I go out and come back in, and it's okay.
Oh, okay. What's this? Who got this elephant? You didn't see how Jim Gray disrespected? Oh, L Fighter. Oh, you didn't see that? L Fighter. What he said was he disrespected the tar out of Dominic Brazil. What he said was nobody wanted to see you fight Dominic Brazil. He actually disrespected Deontay Wilder by disrespecting Dominic Brazil and saying it was a fight nobody wanted to see. But yet, you can have this fight that nobody wants to see, and ESPN and those guys act like it is the greatest. Like it's like Jesus came back. You know, whose tube is this mine? What's good, man? E. Woodson, what's going on? All right, man. What are your thoughts on the fight last night, KQKC?
Man, I'm gonna tell you. First of all, Fury round one, Fury was fighting like, just a show off. That's all he was doing. He picked that guy just to make himself look good. He wore the Apollo Creed outfit so he can, ponder to America. But I will tell you this: the fight was sloppy. Okay, Tyson Fury to be that big, he doesn't hit that hard. Joe Joyce hit harder than that, and a Jabba hit harder than that. But what it was is they cherry picked, and I was hoping that cherry pick would have went wrong, but it didn't. But it was a sloppy fight, and I don't believe anything Tyson Fury would say. So I didn't like it, but I watched it. So that's how I felt about it. Can't hear you for now.
I muted myself.
Okay.
Hey, Curtis Anderson, man, I sent you the link, man. Let me know. Oh, you know what? I didn't get it. For some reason, it said that it didn't recognize your email. Hold on one second. Oh, man, I'm sorry, man. This is just kind of jacked up this morning. Curtis. Yeah, it doesn't. Hold on, man. So did you see any of the other fights yesterday?
Oh yeah. I seen Bill fight earlier, the first fight, and that was a great fight. They was fighting. I just watched the top rank cards, but they was fighting. The women, they was fighting. The undercards was better than the main event. And I really like that guy, Bill. They up and coming. Guys, I think he's what 8-0 or 9-0, but they was good fighters, and it was a lot of empty seats. It was a lot of empty seats out there I saw in top rank. So I don't know, but Tyson Fury, he put on a show better than he put on a fight, and that's no lie, So I really don't get that guy. The guy is too hyper. The guy is just too all over the fucking place. I mean, I don't know what's his deal, and Frank Warren, I used to like Frank Warren, I really did. How he took Al Heyman over there and did this and that. But you know what? He falls in the same category as Eddie Hearn. And you know what? I'm coming to think of it. Everybody from the UK is nothing but liars. Tyson,
Don't start no trouble.
I know. I understand it, but think about it. Tyson Fury, Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua, Frank Warren, and Tyson Fury. All of them. But everybody want to conquer America. Everybody want to bring their ass over here. But what do? They come over here and they usually get whooped. So what's good? What's up, Curtis?
KQKC, what's up? What's up, Fanon?
All right.
I'm good, man. What's good with you?
Not much, man. Happy Father's Day to both of you guys.
Same to you, bro.
Kingsley on your, I can't pronounce that. Say no disrespect, sir, but you're like or don't like, or you're like or not, don't count here. The fight was good. Move your side, A side. I have no clue what you're talking about there, Kingsley, but I guarantee you this. KQKC's opinion matters on this channel. So if you're being a smart ass, you can get bounced. Thank you very much. We can't bounce you. I don't know what you mean by that. However, I don't necessarily agree with KQKC when he say everybody from the UK is lying, because I just don't think that's true. But I agree with what he's saying and actually what he means, which is that you got that Eddie Hearn is a lying overhyping promoter. And that's what you get out of most. I think you get that out of most promoters. Bob Arum did the same thing. Bob Arum actually did a very, very good job of promoting that fight, because if people didn't know anything about boxing, they swear to God they just saw Ali Foreman. You know, hey Curtis, what was your thoughts on last night? But if you're but you can't at the same time, Kingsley, be disrespectful and say you're not being disrespectful. If you say, "Oh, no disrespect," but you're a bum and I don't care what you think about, just because you said that didn't mean you're not being disrespectful. But anyway, we'll roll on with that. What's good, Curtis Anderson, man? What are your thoughts on the fight last night?
Oh man, you talk about propaganda machine, man. It was in full effect. It was disgusting, man. They make HBO announcers sound like Don Dunphy, man. You know, Don Dunphy was a great boxing announcer back in the day, for everybody in the chat. But I couldn't believe Tim Bradley. Andre Ward wants to say things, but he's a company man, so he sits there with that look on his face. Tim Bradley, man, might as well, ran Tyson's Fury bathwater. There's an agenda here. Lomachenko can beat Mayweather. Golovkin can beat Hagler. If Fury won a couple of fights, I think he would have gave Ali problems. He's 6'9" and can move. He has a better job than Larry Holmes. That's where it's going. I see it. Tyson Fury's smart, because what he's doing, like KQ said, he's pandering to the American audience. He's doing everything polar opposite of what Anthony Joshua did, because it didn't work. How they try to push Anthony Joshua, the Apollo Creed outfit and coming in there dancing, acting like an idiot. America loves sensationalism, and now you have a guy from England, and there was a lot of empty seats. But like you said, for now, Bob Arum did a great job promoting that propaganda BS last night. And Joe Tessitore is terrible. He's horrible, man. He's not a boxing guy. I saw a guy fight a man, a trash can with boxing gloves on, man. Tom Schwartz didn't belong in the ring. He was all by the event. He was all by Fury, and it made Fury look good. And I like Fury as a fighter. He can box. He's very elusive. But can you imagine if he beats Deontay Wilder? He'll be the new Santa Claus, man. So I'm hoping Wilder knocks his head off.
Hey, man, that's some rare emotion out of you, Curtis.
Yeah, but because for now, man, I'm sitting there and I'm like, what is this garbage, man? They pushing this lineal champion. He's not lineal because Vladimir Klitschko was given the lineal championship when he beat, the great Ruslan Chakayev in 2009 because of the Ring magazine. Works well in hand with Oscar and all them guys. So, and I had Dougie Fisher on my show on World Breaker Fighting, and I like Dougie Fisher, but this here was wrong. He was given a lineal in 2009. And then Fury beat him, but Fury's not lineal. He's not.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Curtis. Shit's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts. There's no rationale for this dude to be the lineal champion. There's none. And they say the thing so many times. It is like one of the things that are accepted in boxing that is just not true. You don't get to make an excuse because, and they'll come with this. You ever heard this excuse, Curtis? That Vladimir Klitschko and Vitaly Klitschko couldn't fight because they were brothers?
Yep.
What does that have to do with the lineal championship? What is that? What do you get some special privilege because it was your brother? So you change the rules just for them? The fuck sense does that make, man? Tyson Fury is not the lineal heavyweight champion. It makes no sense for him to be that. If he would have if Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury had fought, that logically speaking could have been for the lineal championship because they both had both. If they were going to change the lineal championship to Vladimir Klitschko, they should have done it after the Chris Bird fight. Why would you wait for 3 whole years to make the Ruslan Shagayev fight of all fights for the lineal champion? That shit was for the ring belt. And the ring belt is not the lineal championship. It's the ring belt. It just drives me nuts, man. L5 player says, happy Father's Day to KQKC, Big Kurt, to the illest mind for 9, to all the listeners of the Real Boxing Talk who are dads too. Much love. Enjoy your day, man. Much love to you too, man. And enjoy your Father's Day. Thank you so much for that, man. Sorry, man. Curtis, just go ahead, man. If people in the chat can't tell, I was so happy because Kurt Anderson said it. If you don't know Kurt Anderson is for real a boxing historian. And I'm gonna pass the KQKC, but then I'm gonna screen share and I'm gonna prove it to you guys. These guys that are saying these things, the Ring Magazine editorial board, ESPN, the guys that are voting for stuff on ESPN, the people from Cyber Zone Boxing, the people from this, whatever the name, when the editor broke from Ring Magazine and they started another organization, these guys are all boxing journalists. These guys are English majors. They, like boxing, like Blood Boxing said, they couldn't get a job covering baseball. They couldn't get a job covering basketball. They're not as good as Stephen A. Smith or Skip or whatever that lion is. What's that old Skip Brainless, right? So they cover boxing because it's a tertiary sport. But these are the guys that are telling you who the pound for pound are. These are the guys that are telling you who the lineal champion is. But if you had a conversation with these guys, now Dougie Fisher, from the time he started covering boxing to now, that cat knows his boxing. He knows his boxing. He knows the boxers because he's been covering that beat. But dude, oh my God. It makes me want to vomit, dude. Seriously. That dude, there's no logical reason for this guy to be the lineal heavyweight champion. And even the way that they just did, the way that Tyson Fury got to number 1, they gave him the number one ranking in ring because he got a draw. In what world do fact-based, rational people evaluating the sport put somebody above somebody else because they got a draw with them? And all that celebrating to get knocked down, man. Oh my God. Timmy Diamond said, tell a lie long enough and it'll become the truth. Much love in the super chat. Johnson, man. Much love in the super chat. Go ahead. Excellent panel. All of this mess in this blue blood D-Style. Hey, man, D-Style is more than welcome to jump on. I think D-Style's almost, you 40. Hey, go ahead, KQKC, man. Let me know what you think about that. Hello? KQ, you on mute. You on
okay,
mute?
Yeah, there I go. All right. Yeah. So they played that lineal heavyweight championship of the world. That's the name they put on there. First of all, it wasn't a lineal heavyweight championship of the world. Whoever won, no one's going home with a belt. First of all. Now, technically, if they want to call him the lineal heavyweight champion, he lose that name if he lose. Now, that's what my understanding is, but he's not really the lineal heavyweight champion. So, I mean, how can you be something? How can you lose something you never had it? That's how I look at it. So, and he's playing it to the T. The top rank people are playing it to the T. Tim Bradley with the big suit on, looked like he was a grown little boy with a grown man suit on, and so he's playing it to a T. So they knew what to say. They knew all the right things to say, and it was like propaganda, like Kurt said. That's all they did last night. Compare the old with the new, and it doesn't work. And it's not going to work. They're not going to conquer America over here, no matter how much they try. They trying and trying, but they're not going to do it. So, I mean, sure, Tyson Fury, he's got an outgoing personality. Yes, he does. Deontay Wilder does too. But to me, and he's a good boxer. He is. He's a good heavyweight boxer that knows how to move, knows how to stick the jab. It's just that he don't know how to sit down on his punches. And the big as he is, he cannot move all 12 rounds like that. It's simple. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Hey, you got something on that, Kirk?
Yeah, like I said, it's clearly an ESPN agenda. They forcing certain fighters down your throat to the American public because they giving these guys huge contracts. So they want something in return. They're going to force Fury down your throat because Fury has a big personality, so Tim Bradley's on board and Joe Tessitore. So whoever he fights, Tom Schwartz or Mickey George or whoever the case may be, because his resume is horrible when you look at it. I could have sworn I seen my old gyro maker from Midtown Manhattan on his resume, but he has one of the worst resume, and I like Fury. But here's the thing for Nana KQ and chat: we want to like these guys, but the media force these guys down our throat, so we have no choice but to ostracize and ridicule these guys because it's just like, they forced Larry Bird down our throat, and Larry Bird was a great player, and he had a huge black fan base, but it was turned off because they're trying to force these guys down your throat. And it has a lot to do with race, but other things because they have an agenda. And it's just like Fury. We know Fury can fight. He's 6'9". He can move his feet. I'm like, man, look at this guy move his feet. But they put the cherry on top, and you hear Tim Bradley going crazy. Here's Uncle Tom's Cabin. Oh man, look at the upper body movement. Oh man, this guy is great. And I'm telling you, they're gonna try to compare him to the Larry Holmes and the Joe Lewis's and the Muhammad Ali of the world. And the day they do that, I'm gonna send letters. It just doesn't make any sense. The next time, now it's Lomachenko's turn when he fights Luke Campbell later this year. The next time that happens, I'm gonna mute my TV, man. I'm gonna start watching ESPN boxing from a muted TV.
No doubt. Hey, let me respond to you. Listen, AV. Look, man. In response to if you ain't already been thrown out. Here, man. Every time you said I'm an knowledgeable boxing guy, whatever, but I sound like I'm hating on Fury. That's what everybody says when they don't agree with me. I'm knowledgeable until you don't agree. When you don't agree, I'm hating. Right? If I agree with you, I'm knowledgeable. But if you disagree with me, I'm hating. What that makes me believe is that you only respect your own opinion. And I am and people are smart based on whether or not you agree with them, which makes me believe that you're a know-it-all just by what you said. I can disagree with somebody and still know that they are a knowledgeable person. I debate Best Fight the Best, who I think is a very knowledgeable boxing fan, about who the Lineal is and what Lineal is and all that. We can have a disagreement. I think he's wrong. He thinks that I'm wrong. But that doesn't mean that I think he's hating. You immediately want to pull in other people, think just because if somebody doesn't agree with you, it's because they have some emotional thing going on, which tells me remove the politeness from your words that you're the hater. Either I'm a knowledgeable boxing fan or I'm not a knowledgeable boxing fan. I'm not making these things up. Okay. I can go to BoxRec, look at BoxRec for what it's worth, and say, who has Tyson Fury fought since 2015? Sefi Safiri, Francisco Pineda, Deontay Wilder, he got a draw with, and Tom Schwartz. Those are all the people that he's fought and beaten since November of 2015. Tom Schwartz, Francisco Pineda, and Sefi Safiri. You think that merits him being the number ranked by Ring Magazine as the number 1 heavyweight in the world? Because you like the way his feet look? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Dillian White has a better record than he does in that same time period. Dillian White. Because at least Dillian White beat Derek Chisora during that time period. At least he beat Joseph Parker during that time period. Everybody else had to compete. In order for Deontay Wilder to be ranked behind Tyson Fury, he had to, in the same time that Tyson Fury did that, Deontay Wilder, because let's go from November of 2015. Let's look at everything Deontay Wilder had to do to manage to be ranked behind Tyson Fury. He had to beat Arthur Szpilka, he had to beat Dukakis, Arthur Szpilka, Chris Arreola, Gerald Washington, Bermain Severn, Luis Ortiz, draw with Tyson Fury, and beat and knock out Dominic Brazil. He had to defend his heavyweight title 9 times to be ranked behind a guy who has beaten Francisco Pineda, Sefi Safiri, and Tom Schwartz. Sometimes you need to look at your conclusion and say, God dog, I drew that conclusion with my logic. There's something wrong with my logic. There is nobody else in all of the Ring Magazine ratings, all of them, from the very low, from 105 all the way to cruiserweight. Tyson Fury is the only person ranked number 1 that does not hold a major championship belt. The only one. How do you manage that? You know how you manage it? You manage it by slipping him to number 2 when you don't think that, damn, he'll be number 1. He'll be number 1 if Anthony Joshua loses. So all of a sudden you get this big upset that happens with Andy Ruiz, and now you're stuck having a guy that has not beaten a top 10 opponent in 4 years coming off of a draw as your number 1 heavyweight, who you stripped of the lineal title of your approximation of the lineal championship. So even the organization that gave Vladimir Klitschko the lineal title by fighting Ruiz and Shagayev took that distinction away from Tyson Fury after, by the way, Tyson Fury announced that he was coming back. Why would they do that? Because they're a fraud. But you think that I'm supposed to not notice this? Why? Because I'm just a hater? How can I hate that onto BoxRec? I can't. What do you think? I'm like a wizard? I'm fucking Voldemort or something? I can just imagine it and magically change this dude's record that is sitting right there on BoxRec? Everybody's a hater when they don't agree with you. I'm the brightest guy in the world when you agree with me. But when I don't agree with you, then I'm just a hater. Nah, dude, you're the hater because you can't even deal with the fact that somebody might have a valid reason for disagreeing with you. Ricky Sanders, respect to the kings of OG boxing talk, his feet isn't fast enough to get him away from King Wilder, and that's why the highlights show him getting up twice. Thank you. That's the only highlight they have of the fight. Let's run in that super chat. That's the only highlight. And then also, I'm sorry, man, I'm going in on this. I'm a little over my time on this. How in the world do you give Tyson Fury credit for getting knocked down? in a boxing ring and you make this false comparison to life, like how he got up from all his problems in life. Dude, he got put down by a guy that was down on the cards. That's the fact of the matter is that it was a draw, right? Which means one guy had it a draw. One judge had it a draw. One judge had it for Deontay Wilder. One judge had it for Tyson Fury. That draw, if Deontay Wilder had not knocked down Tyson Fury in that 12th round, you people that insisted that he won the fight would have got your way. But Tyson Fury blew it by getting dropped in the 12th round. That's the fact of the matter. He blew it by getting knocked down in the 12th round. But you somehow want to magically change this to the world thinks Tyson Fury. I don't give a rat's ass what the world think. The world can think everything that they want, but obviously the judges didn't think it. And last time I checked, they were on planet Earth. Anyway, sorry about that, man. Question to Curtis. Curtis, what do you think about Andy Ruiz, and what do you think is going to happen in the heavyweight division, man? How do you see that moving forward?
I like Andy Ruiz. I like his personality. I like a fighter who maximizes his ability. I think, people are so shell-shocked culture-wise that he beat Joshua in the way he did it, that he's getting a lot of praise from his country. I understand that, the first Mexican heavyweight ever. I felt that, Povetkin could have did it because Ruiz was aggressive. He went and took it from Joshua. That's something Povetkin, Takam, and Parker should have done. I just thought that Joshua was right for the pickings because I don't think he's that good. He doesn't react well when he's hit. An aggressive fighter that hits Joshua, certain fighters, when they hit, they become discombobulated. Trinidad was like that. Tommy Hearns was like that. And you get certain fighters, you get hit all day, nothing happens. Marvin Hagler, Evander Holyfield, they would get up and fight harder. Now Joshua will have trouble with future heavyweights, no matter who's in the ring with him. Andy Ruiz, I got a feeling they're going to try to make that Ruiz and Wilder fight. That's a big fight. Wilder can pick Fury. He doesn't need the Ortiz fight. He's doing all the heavy lifting in the heavyweight division. Excuse the pun. And Wilder wants to be great because he's taking all the top heavyweights. He already fight Ortiz. He doesn't need to fight Ortiz again. He knocks out Ortiz or beats Ortiz, it's Fury. After Fury, I don't know, because in boxing, anything can happen. There's always a surprise that you don't see coming. That's the way boxing is, the politics. If he fights Ruiz that's a big money fight. I can imagine that fight being in Dallas Stadium or Las Vegas, and he's going to knock Ruiz out because the style matchup, Wilder is dangerous because of the power and the athleticism. He's a freak of nature. I've been breaking this man down. I've been studying him. He's gotten a lot better. If Wilder ever masters another punch, a left hook to the body, or he hide his right hand like he did against Brazil. Tommy Hearns was the master at doing that. And he hit it against Brazil. That's why we had a devastating knockout. But when the smoke clears, in my opinion, it's going to be Wilder because Wilder didn't fight well against Fury. And he still, I thought he won because 2 10-8 rounds and he won other rounds. So he should have had the fight. They gave Fury, a draw because he got knocked down. Fury, they say, oh, he's going to improve the next time. They were trying to push the narrative last night. But so was Wilder. Wilder was overshooting his right hand, and he still landed on Fury. He's a better fighter now than he was when he fought Fury. So when the smoke clears, Fanon and KQ, it's going to be Wilder sitting at the throne.
No doubt. Hey, I'm going to go back in this comment section a little bit to this cat Adams. And I'm going to try to say this politely because I know I'm feeling, a little froggy today. You cannot keep claiming that Tyson Fury won a fight that was a draw. You will not get anywhere in life with that mentality. You don't get to change. You don't get to change. You can't go to a movie and change the outcome. Okay? You must be as many times as you sit and watch your favorite movie and want the ending to change, it's going to remain the same. Okay? Claiming that Tyson Fury beat him, you just immediately make yourself look like an unreasonable person. I think Pernell Whitaker, I scored, for example, I won't even go too much. There was a fight with Kid Galahad and Josh Warrington yesterday in the UK. I would have scored that fight for Kid Galahad because I thought Kid Galahad was scoring. I think Kid Galahad with his pot shotting was the one landing the major shots on Warrington. I thought he won the majority of the rounds. Guess what, guess who is the champion this morning? Josh Warrington. And it's not going to change. Pay respect to the game, to the sport of boxing, man. That's the meat of what KQKC, myself, and Curtis Anderson saying is definitely what the meat of what Curtis Anderson's saying. We really want to like Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury is an excellent fighter. He's an excellent fighter. But when you start saying things and giving him credit for things that just are not true, you diminish him because then we've got to point those things out. Then you have to start dissecting. You have to start dissecting everything about him. Because when you lie about one thing, then you have to believe what else are they lying about. When they started talking all this lineal champion stuff, and I looked up lineal champion because that's just how my mind works. You tell me something, I'm going to research it. I'm going to research and find out why is he the lineal champion. I don't need no disrespect to Rummy's Corner or cyber boxing or any of these other guys. Disrespect to the ring, but no disrespect. You guys, all of these books are available to be read by anybody that wants to take the time to read them. We're living in a time where we can figure out, we can go back and we can see who and how everything passed from one person to another. We can look at the rationale, and if you spend a couple hours looking for it, you'll find it. But I won't even call you casual fans. You just lying. You just lazy-minded fans. Because you're not casual. You care about the sport of boxing. You're watching the sport of boxing, but you're lazy-minded. You're lazy. Spend the time to figure out whether or not something is true or not. There's so many times that you guys say things that are just not true. And if they are true, you give it some justification or some implication behind it that's not accurate, that's misleading. Example being, you guys talk about Deontay Wilder and how Deontay Wilder's manager said that he didn't want him fighting Klitschko. You say, well, Deontay Wilder could have fought Klitschko. He ducked Klitschko. Because I have this piece of paper. Shelly Finkel said that they weren't ready for that fight. They could have time for the fight, right? Now, is that true that Shelly Finkel said what you said? Yes, it's true. But you missed the fact that Shelly Finkel was Vladimir Klitschko's manager. That was Vladimir Klitschko's manager saying that. But you just overlooked the fact because you're lazy. You want to say, oh, somebody told me, this website or that website told me, and oh, that makes sense. It might make sense, but that doesn't mean it's true. Pay respect to the game, dog. I cannot go back and change the outcome of Oscar De La Hoya versus Pernell Whitaker. I didn't even see Pernell Whitaker. I didn't even see Oscar De La Hoya land 2 punches that fight, let alone beat Sweet Pea. But guess what? If BoxRec ain't changed because I don't agree with it. You guys come with this fact-based stuff. Not necessarily you, but you're so fact-based. You're so unbiased. No, you're not. First of all, we're fans of boxing. There's nothing wrong with having an opinion about who you like more. There's nothing wrong with you liking one fighter more than another fight. But if you're going to come talking to people that are really trying to have objective conversations about what's going on, have the objective conversation. For example, last night, I can go on the lies that these are just flat out lazy. They're either lazy or they're lying on ESPN. ESPN said that Andre Ward, those guys said that was the $100 million get up. If he wouldn't have got up from that knockdown, he wouldn't have made this $100 million. What $100 million, Andre? What $100 million? What do you know about Bob Arum that would make you believe that he's going to pay Tyson Fury $12 million for that fight last night? Are you nuts? Bob Arum himself on boxing channels, when he was asked how about this 80 million pound or $100 million contract, he called it bullshit. And I'll show you. He called it bullshit. And I'm not going to pull up the video because I have it on the video, but I'm going to show you right here where Bob Arum says it. Is this it? It is it. I'm going to show you this right here. You see this? If I can make it bigger, I would. It says exclusive interview. This is Ringside Reporter Live, February 21st, 2019. Bob Arum refutes reported figures for Tyson Fury's recent ESPN deal. Exclusive interview. Bob Arum says Fury's ESPN deal is not for 80 million, says that's bullshit. Okay? That's what Bob Arum said about it. So, if Bob Arum says it's bullshit and ESPN is repeating it, the promoter that's paying the check is telling you these guys are lying. Anything you know about Bob Arum would tell you. Bob Arum got pissed off at Al Heyman for overpaying fighters. You think he's paying somebody damn near 10 times as much as he's paying Vasily Lomachenko and Terrence Crawford to fight Tom Schwartz? You believe that? If you believe that, dude, hey, Curtis, what's the name of that bridge in Brooklyn?
Verrazano,
Yeah.
Brooklyn Bridge.
Hey, I own it. Do you want to buy that bridge for me? I got it like 10,000. Hey man, I'll sell it to you for $10,000, man. You can easily sell that back to the city of New York, for a couple million. Give me your money. Get out of here, man. You guys believe anything, man. Anything that they sell you. Someone hit me over the head with a wrench for no reason. Hey man, the fighter LC, my bad, man. Ward wasn't as bad as Bradley. Oh my God, I couldn't believe the stuff he was saying. No, Ward was actually, I agreed with what Curtis said. That Ward was just kind of sitting there with his hands up like, I'm not going all in on this. He's just kind of sitting there with the look. Tim Bradley, Kurt, KQKC. What do you think about Thomas? What do you think about Tyson Fury being the Terrence Crawford of the heavyweight division?
Well, no, he's not. He's not the Terrence Crawford of the heavyweight division. I don't think so. First of all, you have Deontay Wilder, and I really believe, now, a lot of people might not agree with this, Anthony Joshua will get himself together if he comes back and fight. Now, that's the difference. Now, that's if he come back and fight and get himself back together, mind back straight, whatever. And I still think that would be a good fight. And Tyson Fury, yes. If you want to say the big three, yes. Oh, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, and Anthony Joshua. But I am not going to say that Tyson Fury is the Terrence Crawford of the heavyweight division. I just can't say that. And Dylan White, I can't say that either about them. But I will tell you this. The young and up-and-coming heavyweights, they have a chance to be the Terrence Crawford of the heavyweight division. I'm talking about George. He's slow. Yes, he is. But he can hit. F.A. Ajabi, he's slow. He needs to learn. They need more fights under their belts. They need to be moved correctly. and they would be one of the top heavyweights that would be coming up, that we will be talking about in the next 5 years, or maybe less. But that's the problem. All these fighters are moving too fast. I mean, I like the idea that they want to fight the best, because that's what it's all about. Best fighting the best. Unifications. That's what it's all about all the time. But like Telefino Lopez, he wants to get up there and fight Lomachenko. Okay. Do I think he's ready? No, but I like it. I like what he wanted. He's hungry. Just like Earl Spence. He was hungry. And that's what we need. We need someone like that. We need someone hungry. We don't need nobody that's bagging out of fights. We don't need nobody that need 2 tune-ups to do a rematch. I mean, come on. You know what to expect now. Get in there, and a draw to me is unfinished business. That's what it is to me. That's what I feel like. It's unfinished business. So therefore, someone gonna have to take home that WBC belt if Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight. So yeah, I wouldn't dare say he was the heavyweight. Heavyweight Terrence Crawford. No way. No doubt about that. I wouldn't say that, because I don't trust Tyson Fury. I don't trust him at all. Sure, he won last night and did this and did that, and I knew it was going to be a knockout, but I wanted to watch it because sometimes cherry picks can go wrong, and we have seen that. And that's the thing about boxing. That's what I love about it. You turn your head and blink an eye, the whole fight just flipped over and changed. That's the thing about boxing. Anything can happen. But when you get the commentators, edging on someone, making them sound like they better than what they are, then you're throwing a wrench in it. Curtis Wright, sometimes you might just have to turn down the damn sound and watch it. Sometimes you can enjoy it better, because it ain't nothing but propaganda. It's nothing but, hey, I work for Top Rank, so I'm doing what they say. I hate to mention this too. Sam Watson, he works for Al Heyman. Okay. He's up there all the time in the ring after the fight and before. He gonna make sure them fighters say what they supposed to say. And he get that straight from Al. Al say, hey, you make sure they say what they supposed to say, and not no more or no less. And make sure they thank me. That's all I got to say.
Okay. Hey, let me go to these super chats, man. I apologize, man, but I'll read them in bulk. Straight Righteous Boxing said, always got my TV muted on all networks. It's great when a brother from the LDBC is covering the fight. Salute. Thank you, sir. African Sci-Fi Scout said, happy Father's Day, fam. Did you notice that Tom Stitz was magically moved to number 2 in the WBO rankings before the fight? Absolutely, I did. Yes, just boop, right up top of there. So the WBO is going to be, they were talking about stripping Andy Ruiz for that belt. But I'm telling you, Tyson Fury talks too much. He will tell the truth because he don't ever shut his mouth. That's why he keeps jumping back and forth between things. But we'll get on that. Ricky Salmon said, respect to the kings of OG boxing talk. His feet isn't fast enough to get away from King Wilder. That's why the highlights show him getting up twice. LDBC Bomb Squad, yes, sir. Tom Donald, much love in that super chat. Omega Red, much love in that super chat. I see exactly why Wilder wants a body on his record now. The only way these people will admit he's the most dangerous fighter in the world. Yeah, he's not owned by the dudes. Val, I'm sorry, there's some question. For now, what's your opinion on people saying AJ lost on purpose? I think people are looking for excuses. Some way to feel that they're not wrong. Sometimes you're just wrong, man. I was wrong about Hector Camacho Jr. I really wanted Hector Camacho Jr. to be a good fighter, man. I was a Macho Camacho fan. There was a lot of pub behind Macho Camacho's son, Hector Camacho. And then Hector Camacho just didn't want it that bad, and he flamed out. That's all it is. He wound up losing. Was it Jesse James Leha or somebody like that? That beat him. I can't remember who it was, but the first time he stepped up, he lost. Dude, when you give something to everybody, man, that doesn't mean, dude, boxing, the great fighters are guys that really overcome adversity. They overcome adversity, and that was the first time. Well, I guess it might have been the second time that Joshua was really under adversity, but he just got beat up and lost to a better fighter, man, in my opinion. Joshua froze himself out by losing. Nah, I mean, he'll still get another shot. He'll get another shot. He's got a big name, and he looks soft. So since he looks soft, cats are definitely going to want to fight him. Tyson Fury's wife says she don't want him to fight again. Oh, I'm sorry. This is what I want. Yeah, let me read the rest of Diesel's. But Diesel, that's something I wanted to bring up to Kurt. Tyson Fury's wife says she doesn't want him to fight Wilder again. Fury's dad said the same thing. Ben Davidson said Wilder's better than they say. The proof is out there and on the record. Yeah, man, he ducked that fight. He ducked that fight. Period. So even if you guys think that Tyson Fury won that fight, you guys are coming up with these corny excuses for why he didn't go get a rematch. There's a whole bunch of people that thought Lennox Lewis had beaten Evander Holyfield when they got a draw, although I never did see Lennox Lewis get dropped 2 times and laying flat on his back against Lennox Lewis. But that point aside, he went right back and got that rematch. People think that they got done wrong, and they think that they should have won a fight. They go back and take the fight again, unless you have like a marvelous Marvin Hagler who retired, who left the game. Period. Never fought anybody again. But what's your take on that, Curtis?
They fear, they fear Deontay Wilder because people close to Fury, they can see how dangerous this man is. That's his family members. So they know fans or fair weather, they want to see Fury and Wilder fight again because the first fight was a draw. But people closest to you and care about you, they know the rigors of the dangerous of boxing, and especially fighting a certain fighter, Deontay Wilder, who could turn your lights off with one shot. I done seen Sherry's and Foreman. I put them ahead of Wilder, but Wilder keep knocking out people, man. I'm gonna have to say, man, he's the hardest hitting heavyweight I ever seen, man. That right hand is like a shotgun, man. It's scary. And I've been watching boxing for 45 years, man. And that Brazil knockout is scary. And how he laid Fury down. When he hits you, you're not the same. You're not the same. And the Schwartz fight, I don't count that because Schwartz was a bag of water with arms, so I don't count that. But the family knows. The wife knows. This man, Deontay Wilder, scares me. They feel very uncomfortable putting their loved one, which is Tyson Fury, in the ring with Deontay Wilder because they seen what happened the first fight. So now they're very hesitant. And Fury, he did duck the rematch. I mean, he called Wilder out last night. That's all said, all good and all of that. But I want to, they probably fight, next year, but the family, and, like we talked about, they're frightened because if Wilder hits him again with the extra weight, he may not get up. He may be, and I don't wish harm on anybody because I like Tyson Fury, but he knows how dangerous Deontay Wilder is. By calling him out, he throws interest into the fight and his name. So I want to see if the fight really going to take place next year.
Crozier one said Schwartz was on par with about 35 of Wilder's opponents. Okay, so what are you saying? Are you saying that he's a bum? If you're saying that 35 of Wilder's opponents were bums, then you're saying then Tom Schwartz is a bum, then I'll skip all your hyperbole and just go to the fact that you agree that Tom Schwartz was a bum. there are plenty of people. There are plenty of guys that fight when you're not signed, you don't get gifts. You don't get a big promoter isn't pushing you. Where you build yourself up by fighting guys in club fights. Deontay Wilder fought club fighters, fought a lot of club fighters because he was a club fighter. He didn't have a promoter that was going to put him in, a fight on Wembley on the undercard of Lee Selby in his first professional fight. Because that's what happened to Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua was fighting in Wembley in his first professional fight. Deontay Wilder didn't have that. Deontay Wilder had to fight a bunch of guys to get ranked. And that's why he's still winning. Because he fought a bunch of different guys. He probably didn't have tape on, had to overcome a bunch of different adversities. He got knocked down one time in his career when some guy hit him in the back of the head, fighting on short notice, fighting 6-7 times a year, knowing you have to fight with a broken hand. Those are the type of things that give you character, that give you experience. That, as we found with Anthony Joshua, that getting to 40 wins is no joke. Defending your heavyweight title 9 times. 9 times. Let me say that number again. 9 times. That's as many times as Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, more than Sonny Liston, more than what's the guy's name? Probably, I think that's more times than Jack Dempsey. You get where you are. There's world-class fighters and there are guys that are not world-class. And definitely Deontay Wilder beat guys that were not world-class. So did Tyson Fury. But the difference is Tyson Fury just did that last night on ESPN. And is getting called the #1 heavyweight in the world because of it by people like this guy here in the middle of this. Tyson Fury is the #1 heavyweight in the world, period. You have no respect for the game, man. You don't have any respect for boxing. If you tell me that a guy that hasn't beaten the top rank, first of all, Tom Schwartz ain't never beat a guy ranked in the top 40. You could look at Tom Schwartz highlight. You could go look at 2 of his fights and know right away. What's the name of is it Trampler is the matchmaker for Matchroom? Who's the real good Matchroom?
I believe it's Bruce Trampler. I believe that's his name.
Yeah, Bruce Trampler is one of Bob. That's one thing Top Rank has better than damn near everybody. They got hellified matchmakers. You very rarely, if ever, see upsets on Top Rank cards. I can't, and even when you think you saw an upset, like with Dog Bay and Navrati, that wasn't no upset. They were getting rid of Dog Bay by having him fight some guy that should probably fight in 2 weight classes up. He was 5-6 inches tall. He looked like he was 6 inches taller. No, man, Bob. That's what Bob Arum does. Bob Arum owns the WBO, whatever Bob orders. So that's why Schwartz got ranked that high. He does not throw his fighters away. He does not try to make big fights right away. He tries to have a bunch of little fights that make money instead of taking a chance on a big fight where the guy can get knocked out. But Bob Arum is a promoter. That's his job. That's his job to do it. And Bob Arum has been around a long time because he's very, very good at that. But that don't mean I got to fall for it. Look, man, it's
read the group chat.
Go ahead, Q.
I'm just saying read the group chat.
What'd you say?
I sent you a group chat.
Okay. Oh, no.
I heard something about that.
You could have just asked me that straight. WBC will order Wilder Ruiz. Is that a rumor? I don't believe that's a rumor at all. I believe they'll do it after Wilder has his next fight. That's in their interest to do it. The question is, though, whether or not the other sanctioning bodies are going to let that fly.
Okay.
But I think Ruiz is the type of cat that'll make that. I think Ruiz would make that fight happen.
Yeah.
I just wonder why Anthony Joshua was stupid enough to take this rematch that quick. But that's my opinion. What's your opinion on it, Kurt? Curtis?
I don't want to interrupt you for now. That's why.
Yes.
No, you good. That's cool. I appreciate it.
I'm afraid they're going to try to strip Ruiz, the IBF, who enforces their mandatory. Kubrat Pulev is the mandatory. I hope not, because I would like an undisputed champion. But this is how the dirty politics of boxing works. You know, they're going to, like you said, Fernand, you brung up some great points. Bar Arum has WBO in his back pocket, just like Don King did with the WBC back in the day. You know, a close relationship with the promoters and organization bodies is not good for the fans, and it's not good for boxing, because it comes like almost like a conflict of interest, you know, because the promoter will pay the sanctioning bodies. That's why Schwartz was magically moved up to number 2. But getting back on the picture of Ruiz and Wilder, if they don't strip Ruiz, and Ruiz will make the fight happen. His father is talking smack about Wilder. The fight is a natural, and let's be honest, you know, black fighter versus Mexican fighter always sells, you know, albeit it be in Las Vegas or Dallas Cowboy Stadium. You know, Wilder is very popular, man. His brand, he's one of the hottest fighters in boxing, and that goes for Ruiz too, because of his what he pulled off, 20-1 underdog. So I would say the Wilder has picks, man. Ortiz, get him out the way. I don't like to look past no opponent. If he doesn't fight Fury, they should enforce that fight with Wilder and Ruiz. It will make a lot of money, and it will throw a lot of buzz in the heavyweight division. And then he can fight Fury. The winner can fight Fury. That's the way it should go in boxing, but when it's right and it got to do with boxing, it doesn't go right. You know, so I would like to see Wilder and Ruiz. I think it will happen.
Yeah, I do too. Let me get to a couple of these super chats. Omega Red said they riding Fury because they know they running out of time for any of their talking points. In due time, all will be said and done. Much love in that super chat. DOG said Tyson got nervous when Wilder's name got mentioned. Yeah, he didn't call him out. By the way, slight correction, Kurt. He didn't call him out. What he said was they asked him to call him out, and he said, after I take these couple fights, we'll go chasing him next year. If you have to say yes or no, that's a no.
Yeah.
You know, that's like a woman saying, hey, man, do you want to go out with me? Well, yeah, I got some other shit to do, but we'll talk about that next year. The answer is no. That chick ain't going nowhere with you. So that's what he said. But, you know, people get on me for like taking people literally at what they actually say and want to see some meaning in it. That dude ain't trying to fight him next. And War, I can't, what is this? R-A whack U W-A-Q-R-A-R-A-I-N Wackarain. Look, he says Tyson outboxed Wilder, not like Lennox Holyfield. First of all, man, Lennox Holyfield, there were no knockdowns. So if Lennox had beaten Holyfield on that fight, it had to be by outboxing. He never hurt him. He never knocked him down. He outboxed him. So you should go back and watch that fight and think about what you said. Second, you cannot be outboxing somebody from your back. He's on his back. How do you, what point? You're on your back. You can't, I bounced him every other second in that round except for when I was laying on my back. He got put down 3 times. 3 times. And very well-respected trainers said he got knocked down 3 times. And were quite pissed at the outcome. Because Jack Reese mentioned a slip. That fight, well, I can't remember what round that is. The first time that Tyson Fury got knocked down, where he got hit, his glove touched the ground. That's a knockdown. He did not slip. Then he got knocked down again. Then he got knocked down and laid flat on his back. How do you wind up on the ground 3 times against a guy that you outclassed? That shit sounds stupid. Just be real about it, man. It sounds crazy. You cannot outbox somebody from your back with your eyes closed, laid out like this. You can't even show a highlight of that fight. That isn't Tyson Fury because he did this? Because he was halfway across the ring and stuck his hand behind his back?
Right.
There was really even no action going on in the first 4 rounds. It's like you guys want to get, it's like some of you guys want to give Tyson Fury credit for not getting knocked out. So every time he didn't fall down, he won the round. Dude, this is not scoring, okay? That's not scoring. But anyway, it doesn't matter because it was a draw. And Deontay Wilder is the WBC champion. Please, please stick with what the facts actually are. And more than that, Tyson Fury didn't take the rematch. And he didn't ask for the fight last night. He was saying, who do you want next? Wilder? Wilder? You know what made me know what I noticed? That the person that people on ESPN are most interested in are Deontay Wilder. Along with that big old, long, old, drawn-out hype machine that was going on last night for Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder. That's who the number 1 heavyweight is. It's Deontay Wilder. Because when nobody out there talking about when you fighting Anthony Joshua, when you fighting Andy Ruiz. Nobody's asking Deontay Wilder when you fighting Tyson Fury. Deontay, when you fighting Tyson Fury? It's who's going to fight Deontay Wilder. And you don't get to change that. He's the longest reigning heavyweight champion. And he's one of the top 5 longest reigning heavyweight champions in history. And he's the longest, I think, by like a month. He's the second longest reigning champion in all of boxing, behind that guy Midlothian, who's down at 105 pounds. So, man, whatever. But I appreciate your $2. But don't think because you give $2 that, you ain't gonna say nothing to you. But look, man, we run it at 9:22. I know some other people want to get on, man. I thank everybody so much for coming to the Trill. Oh, did I say the Trill? OG Boxing Talk, because I say Trill Boxing Talk. OG Boxing Talk. Check out Trill Boxing Talk Monday through Fridays when they come on in the mornings. Man, we got Mr. Boxing Today 2 in the building. Hey, Mr. Boxing Today 2. Oh, Holmes and Klitschko also gave up-and-comers chances. Hey, man, I just watched that knockout of Holmes with Ernie Shavers. I put it on my Twitter. That's an example of somebody getting up that needed to be given a lot of credit. Because do you remember that knockdown, Curtis? When Ernie Shavers hit? When Ernie Shavers hit Larry Holmes?
To this day, June 16, 2019, I don't know how the hell Larry Holmes got up, because Shavers came from Mississippi with that punch, man. And Holmes getting up is one of the most mystifying things I've ever seen in the sport of boxing.
I thought the dude looked like he lost everything. His body shut off. He didn't oh my God, that was brutal. But Mr. Boxing Today, man, I almost stole some material. I was like, dang, man, you came up with your heavyweight. You came up with your heavyweight rankings. I was like, dang, man, I should do a video about Mr. Boxing Today's 2's heavyweight rankings. But then I was like, I would be a complete nut piece of crap if I did that. So just let you know, dog, your shit is so good. I thought about copyright infringing you. KBA, man, y'all ain't subscribed. If you're not subscribed to Mr. Boxing Today 2, his heavyweight channel, man, he really knows the deal, man. And people are busy. Salute to the OG fellas. Salute to the chat. What's good, man? Mr. Box said, nah, go ahead, Fanon. I'm gonna do it. If you let me take your list and give you due credit, dog, I'll put that mug on video and run it right on down, dog. Because I was like, that was what was up. I would love to do a collab with you on that, man, because you know that heavyweight boxing. But look, man, let's wrap this up. Hey, appreciate everybody coming out on this Friday. On this Father's Day. KQKC, man, please let know how to get in contact with you. Hold on, what's Maxi Pad? Oh God.
Max, what?
Ha ha ha. Fury outbox Wilder 10 rounds, 2 or 9 to 3. Fury was Wilder. Hey, Maxi Pad. Ha ha ha. Well, listen. Ha ha ha. Tyson Fury was outboxing Deontay Wilder. Ha ha ha. And he didn't win the fight. Ha ha ha. What you laughing at him for? If what you said was true, I should be laughing at Tyson Fury. Ha ha ha. What? You laughing at some shit that didn't come true. You guys logic, man. I'm telling you, you guys suffer. You guys suffer from not thinking clearly. If that's true, and I'm a Deontay Wilder fan, I should be laughing because he still got the belt. What you talking about, bozo? Anyway, man, I'm sorry to cut you off, Curtis. Let them know how to get in contact with you, man. Because let me do Curtis first because people were actually asking what channel to catch you on, Curtis. So let them know how to get in contact with you. All that good to check you out, man. Curtis, one of the best on YouTube.
You can catch me at World Breaker Fighting, Monday through Fridays, 2:30 Eastern time. Plus, I'm going to start doing my show under the World Breaker Fighting called Kurt Sugar versus the World, where we can debate and we can talk about anything you want to talk about. My shtick, or the way I do things, I like to interact with the chat. Mexican Fight Fan is always on there. You can ask me any questions. I give you breakdown and fights. So, World Breaker Fighting Monday through Fridays at 2:30 Eastern. Thank you.
All right. Hey, KQKC, let them know how to get in contact with you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know where to find me at KQKC Boxing, the OG. Yes, sir. I'll be coming up next right after OG Boxing Talk. And you catch me on my email, my Gmail, my Twitter account. All you have to do is just go to that show more, and you'll find all my locations. All right. And I thank everyone. Thank everyone for on Father's Day. I hope everybody have a pleasant Father's Day, especially you too, Kurt and Fanon.
Thank you. Hey, man. And look, before I get off, my Twitter is Fanon Boxing. It's Fanon Boxing. What is it? Twitter? What the hell is the Twitter address? I think I have it in here. Oh, Twitter. I'm gonna put this link here.
Yeah, hey, I got it.
Guys, please, if you got a Twitter page, if you're on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. Because sometimes I'm not doing like I'll be just talking about boxing during the day and put some stuff up. I would really like to go back and forth with you guys on Twitter. So hit me up on my Twitter. And look, that's what that is. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you, KQKC. We'll be back next week with Blood Boxing. Hopefully Scrapbook can make it next week. And that's what's up. We out. Peace.
Peace.